Hello everyone and welcome to Stretford Paddock. Manchester United 3, Aston Villa 1. Stephen Howson. What did you think of that then?
It's alright, wasn't it?
It's good.
Second half FC strikes again. Away team half. United strikes again.
That's 10 times now. 10 times we've conceded first and not lost. Only once have we drawn.
That's incredible.
That's very good.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Mint.
We've got one more game left this season in away from home. We could go the entire season without losing away from home. It's been since January 2020 was the last time we lost away from home. That was Liverpool. That's
basically since we signed Bruno.
Pretty much, yeah. It's good, that. Very good.
I wonder if there's a coincidence there or if it's a large part down to Bruno.
I think it's a large part because he's got that mentality about him to just not give up and things like that. Also, the fact that we get a penalty and we score them, which is a good thing. City would have liked that yesterday, where instead of Aguero just chipping at the keeper.
That was absolutely shocking.
But, let's go back to the first half a little bit. First goal for them. What did you make of that? There's a few mistakes, but...
Do you know what?
Finished that, wasn't it?
Nah, do you know what? Lindelof, you can argue maybe needs to do a little bit better, being perhaps a touch ahead of him to make sure he's blocking that. But the strike and the finish, I saw someone say, Henderson's got to do better there. Mate, he's just gone laser-guided top bins. If he pulls out a save there, it's a wonder save. And the reason it's a wonder save is because you're not meant to save it.
No, you're not meant to save it. And I think with Lindelof as well, like you mentioned there, maybe he could have done it. But in that position there, you'd have been thinking, I push you wide enough here that you can't score.
Yeah.
And there was about that big of a gap to score, and he managed to hit it.
What the top defenders say, I think it's in Johan Cruyff's book, whereas you have to cover.
Yeah.
I think he calls it something like 7 meters or something like that, of the 9. The goalkeeper can cover 7 of the 9 meters. You as a defender need to cover the other 2. Like when someone top bins it,
like literal.
Yeah, top bins.
Bracket.
Sometimes it just like it's one of them.
But we were playing some good football in the first half.
We really were.
Really,
and that's the worry with this United team is that sometimes we do that and we concede them shit goals. And previously we haven't managed to get into it. The mentality's changed.
Yeah.
And I don't think everybody had a good game today. I thought Scott McTominay in particular was quite poor. Mm-hmm. Just lacked quality and intensity about everything that he was doing. Looked like he's... Ed weren't right, if anything. He didn't look injured. So is it a mental thing? Is it a tiredness thing? I don't know. Outside of that, we just seem to lack the focal point of the team. And obviously when he came on, he was fantastic, Eric Cavani. And I think whatever's going on with the ownership, and that's an entire other episode and that, innit? But the technical director of football, and whoever's signing the checks nowadays...
Yep.
Needs to just be sent videos of United without Cavani and then with Cavani and say, you need to get him to stay for 1, and for 2, we need another one of them because look at this.
Yeah, exactly. If you get another striker into that system that is of that level or better, it changes Man United.
Movement for his goal was mega.
And the ball as well. I mean, so many people go on about Marcus Rashford, and I don't think he's had the best of seasons, which considering his numbers is mad. But if
20 goals, 12 assists?
If De Bruyne plays that ball today, they're non-stop talking about it, non-stop everything. It's a quality pass from Marcus Rashford. Goal before that, Mason Greenwood. He's now scored more goals as a teenager than anyone else at Manchester United. He doesn't look well, does he?
Look at his face.
Ronaldo doesn't look happy. And he wasn't even. Yeah.
Take a screenshot and see his face. Mason Greenwood's movement for that goal was elite.
Yeah.
He's ran towards the ball, Mings panicked, he's followed him and he's rolled him.
Yeah.
That is sensational. And then to hit... We say this about Mason, he hits it early.
Yeah.
So he's rolled... A lot of players would have took another touch there, and he's just gone, bosh, have that. And it's inch perfect shot. It's deadly. It's absolutely brilliant.
Loves that near post one, doesn't he? He absolutely loves it. So
and it's a low percentage shot.
At 16 goals now in the Premier League as a teenager. Wow. No other Manchester United players have scored that many as a teenager. And I think his birthday's in October. So he's got a while yet. Yeah. He's got a lot of games he could play yet, and he could extend that ahead of Wayne Rooney and be...
He could easily make it 20.
20 as a teenager is really good numbers for Mason Greenwood, who again a lot of people haven't said this season. I think as well, I did see a stat that Mason Greenwood over the last 2 seasons has scored more goals than Martial and has played less games.
Yeah, I could see that.
Consistency for Mason Greenwood over 2 seasons now. Is that double figures for both seasons, I think? I think it is. At least in
is he
all
on 10 now?
competitions.
Yeah.
I think at least in all competitions. It's a good return from the lad, isn't
It
it?
is, yeah, and I can see him growing into that centre forward. He's going to need a few more years, maybe 2 to 3 more years. He's got to put on some serious size. Was it a couple of months ago? We'd heard Cavani's working with him one-to-one in training, and I was very excited at hearing that. I would love Cavani to stay for the extra season, because if Cavani, and we saw him fight for him the other day, that might be a bit of a link that Cavani apparently loves him. So if that's a bit of a thing that maybe that's something you need to lean on, go and be the mentor for this wonder kid coming through.
And he needs to do what Ronaldo did as well, which is become one of the best headers of the ball, because he's got the size, he's tall enough for it. He just now needs to get that next level, add that extra element to it.
Cavani is the man to teach you that. Yeah. Teach you the movement, teach you the heading. Cavani's goal as well, this hasn't been said, the technical ability on everything what he did was perfect. Yeah. So if you're a young striker, like a Mason Greenwood or even Sunday League player, he comes in from the back of the centre half. It might be a fullback he comes across, but it's certainly a centre half he ends up in front of. He comes in from the back of him, unsighted. Yeah. He gets in front of him, and because he's now ball side of him, moving at the pace that he's moving, he's never getting touched. And then when he makes the connection with the header, he's not put too much on it, he's not put too little on it, and all he's done is head it down, which you'll have heard people go, head it down because it's harder for the keeper to save. You head it straight at me, my hands are here already.
You can do something.
He's headed it down, and it's flawless.
Yeah. The whole goal is.
Flawless. Really, really, really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And Mason's.
And enjoyed Manchester United at the minute. It's for as much as that poor first half, it is looking quite good. And some good football
it is, and do you know what? There's a flatness around everything at the moment, because there's obviously a dissatisfaction with the owners, dissatisfaction with the Super League, dissatisfaction with not being in the ground. There is a general apathy in the air of everything that's going on. Winning the Europa League might lift that a touch. We've got 4 more games. Yep. Feels like they're all like tomorrow. This week's going to be minging. We're dropping points this week, make no doubt about it. We're definitely dropping points this week. Accept it. Accept that players shouldn't be playing this many fucking games in the course of a week. Go, okay. I think we basically all but mathematically confirmed top 4 today.
So top 4 now, we are 12 points ahead of West Ham, which is they can only get 12 points. We've got a 20 better goal difference than West Ham. So it's near enough done. If they're playing Everton now, so that could be done by the time.
Not cool. By the time you end up watching this, might be done. Yeah.
I think United are now 6 points ahead of Chelsea. They've got 3 games to play, so we only need 4 points to guarantee second place. That'd be a good season. Yeah. It'd be great if we could get to that 80 points, which would mean a really strong end to the season. We'd need to win all 4. We need to win 3 and get a draw in the next 4 games.
I think we're dropping more than that. I think we'll probably lose one of the games this week. I think we probably phone in one of the games this week, and it might be Leicester.
I think that's what he's kind of said. He kind of alluded to that in his press conference, said someone's going to be annoyed with it, or someone's going to be... I didn't think it was going to be today, because like we mentioned, that's top 4 done now. Get this done, put a strong team out. And it's going to be annoying to drop points, and that'll be City win the league this week. Because if we do win 2 games, we're only 4 points.
Shut up, you're not bad.
4 points, mate. It's frustrating, because I mentioned today, Jay, I think looking back now, the frustrating week was when they beat Villa 2-1, having gone down to 10 men, and then we drew 0-0 to Leeds at the weekend. That Super League week, if they drop points there, United win that one, then there's something to think about.
You drop points. You never have a flawless season. You're going to drop points in different places. And I look at this Manchester United team as a full work in progress. I don't look at this team and go, we'll win the league next year. No, I go, we need 4 players, and then let's talk about it. So even if we did manage to snatch a league this year, I'd have zero hope of us retaining it. Yeah. And we would fluke it if we did. So when I say you can't fluke a league, this would feel like a fluke. Yeah. I think that this United team's still a long way off. I think there's some good players in there, but it's not a good squad yet. It's still very much a work in progress, and I'll tell you this for free. Chelsea are going to come very strong next season. Yeah. They've done magnificent stuff with Tuchel there, and they're going to be very, very, very difficult.
And whether they win the Champions League or not, getting to a Champions League final will be, everyone's going to go, wow, that's a bit of a team. If they strengthen in the right areas, you're right, they could.
Don't expect Timo Werner to have an ordinary season next season either.
He's shown glimpses of it. Yeah. He's shown glimpses of it. So Werner will be back. City, Pep's been going on saying they're not going to spend. They're going to better spend some money. They'll sign someone. They'll sign a couple of players here and there that'll improve them.
Basically, you finish above City and you'll win the league. Is the crack.
And then
they're going to be in the mix.
Liverpool, who knows what they're going to do? It'd be Klopp's never done it before.
No, they could have peaked. And
Yeah.
like John, I said it a few years ago, Spurs have peaked when they got to the Champions League final. Well, you
Yeah.
might have seen Liverpool peak now.
Yeah.
And there's a few players touching around 30. If they're replaced, they might have a shot. If they're not, you're going to see the gradual decline we saw with Rio and Vidic and Evra and all that
And
lot.
you've
When
seen-
they all have to be replaced at once, you can't do it.
No, and you've seen as well with, I don't think Leicester shown glimpses of being a good team, but it can take a lot for them to get anywhere near it, especially with, I mean, they're looking like they're dropping off at the minute. You know, that's the probably only thing on Tuesday night that gives us a bit of hope is that they have been really poor. But look, another good performance from Man United today. And then big week. Well, not a big week, just another busy week.
Busy week.
Busy week.
Not about
Tuesday,
big, but it's
Thursday.
fucking massive, yeah.
Tuesday, Leicester at home. Thursday against Liverpool at home. If they go ahead.
If it goes ahead.
If they go ahead. Right, that's been that. 3-1 to Manchester United. See you later.